Imagine possessing a power so profound that you can influence anyone at will, their thoughts, their emotions, their choices. This is not just fiction, it's a sobering reality. At the center of this intricate web of control lies Johan Liebert, a man whose angelic facade concealed a mind as cunning as any devil's. With just a few carefully chosen words, he could dismantle a person from the inside out, all without lifting a finger. Johan understood that true power does not stem from violence. It resides in the depths of silence, a silence capable of shattering an individual's psyche. Today, I will reveal the secrets that can enable you to step into someone else's mind, to reshape their very essence, emotions, insecurities, without any overt display of force. The first concept to grasp is the theory of control. Real power thrives in the mind, not in brute strength. Reflect on this. Control isn't merely about coercion. It blossoms when the other person believes their choice is their own, even when you have subtly guided them to that conclusion. Johan excelled at this manipulation. Through his dialogue, he would lead others to see themselves through his lens. He'd whisper that they are insignificant, questioning whether their existence truly mattered. Gradually, they began to perceive themselves as mere shadows, moving in the direction he desired. People are driven more by emotions than logic, and when you tap into someone's feelings, be it guilt, love, or the fear of rejection, you gain access to their entire emotional framework. Johan had a chillingly effective line that would undermine anyone's confidence. Do you believe you deserve to live? Just that simple question would unsettle their very foundation. Rather than positioning himself as an adversary, Johan had a unique way of turning individuals into their own greatest foes, fostering a sense of inner conflict so profound that they could not discern their ally from their enemy. Now, let's explore how Johan came to embody this unsettling mastery. Sometimes madness is not an inherent trait, it's a byproduct of the world's cruelty. However, for those whose intellect surpasses their emotional sensibility, madness transforms into predation. Monsters are crafted not through noise and chaos, but through the silent suffering of isolation, neglect, and feeling unseen. Johan emerged from a meticulously crafted environment, a physical orphanage where he and others underwent bizarre experiments, but more crucially, a psychological labyrinth that tested their self-worth, ultimately shaping them into compliant beings. Yet, Johan shattered this mold. In his early years, Johan was the quietest child, embodying an innocence that masked his burgeoning complexity. There was a curious agitation among the teachers, sparked by a disquieting realization. Johan possessed a depth of understanding in his eyes that no child should have. He didn't cry. Instead, he watched and assessed silently, never pleading for affection. He tested their responses. Any time a teacher wronged him, the following week saw that same teacher pulling back from their duties. He was a scientist, not of chemicals, but of human behavior. Johan would assert, "I am not who I am merely what you choose to see." That very mindset made him a force to be reckoned with. He was indifferent to his own identity. What mattered was how others perceived him. Stripped of everything, no mother, no name, no past, Johan found a unique strength. When someone has nothing to lose, they can summon the bravery to seize everything. His method of influence was subtle yet profound. Control, to him, was not about force, but rather about guiding someone to live contentedly within your framework of desires. Johan didn't dominate others. He connected with them at a deeper level. Take Otto, for instance, a boy in the orphanage who radiated boldness yet harbored insecurities, craving attention. Johan's interest fell on him first. He challenged Otto's beliefs, listened, and granted him the respect he had long yearned for. Gradually, Otto began to see himself as someone special. Then Johan planted a critical idea in his mind. In this world, there's no room for someone like you. You must either take action against them or distance yourself. The transformation in Otto was striking. He grew more aggressive, evolving from an overlooked boy to one who instilled fear among his peers, without even recognizing the change. With the slightest provocation, Johan would stimulate Otto's underlying anger, subtly affirming his feelings. "You're our hero," Johan would say, igniting a flame in Otto. "But remember, heroes often fight alone. Your anger is valid. Have you ever contemplated why the world fears you? Perhaps it senses your potential." This encouragement led Otto to lash out violently and be incarcerated. Yet, as he departed, he turned to Johan and acknowledged, "You were right. I am different." The true art of control lies in trust-making. When Johan earned someone's trust, he beautifully crafted their minds into his playground. He wasn't just building that trust. He was erasing their sense of self, speaking in subtle nuances. Do you also feel you are at fault? If I were in your position, I would have acted differently. You probably didn't deserve that pain. With such statements, he tapped into their subconscious, creating doubt. As a person starts to question their self-worth, the reins of their control slip from their grasp. This was Johann's intricate dance, knowing how to instill thought while remaining in the shadows. He never truly healed his wounds. Instead, he forced himself to relive the agony time and again. When pain resurfaces repeatedly, it wears a person down, coaxing them into submission. The invisible number 5 monster lurks not in the mirror, but deep within. Taking control may seem straightforward, but making that control an enduring presence is an entirely different art. Johann's final act was to dismantle identity itself. His victims were left questioning their very essence, doubting their worth, a sentiment reinforced by Johann's words. Perhaps, just perhaps, there was truth in what he said. When someone begins feeling disconnected from their own self, their mind transforms into a blank canvas. Johan would then paint his doctrines, his rules, and his version of reality upon that pristine surface. In that moment, the individual became malleable, willing to do anything, even face death, for him. The most chilling aspect? Johan never overtly dominated. He merely inspired, guided, and nudged. And when mistakes were made, he would offer a disarming smile, claiming, "I was just assisting you. The choice was yours." Monsters often evade our gaze. They inhabit our very being in our name. Meet number 6, the embodiment of control. If Johan Love represented a singular figure, how did his influence ripple across the globe? The reality is that Johan was never just one person. He was a method, a recurring motif, a blueprint replicated throughout time. Do you believe Johan has vanished? Think again. He has morphed into an idea, an immortal idea. Even today, one can encounter individuals who appear friendly, eager to listen, only to subtly siphon off your sense of autonomy. They exploit your insecurities, hold up mirrors reflecting your fears, and then vow to fix you. This marks the true beginning of the game. You find yourself living under their judgment. Thoughts without their approval seem impossible, all while you remain blissfully unaware of your transformation. How can you identify Johan? First, he listens intently but passes silent judgment. Lightly, he sows seeds of doubt, asking questions like, "Are you sure?" or "Could you be wrong?" Second, he never imposes. He merely makes suggestions, crafting the illusion of choice while steering everything to his advantage. Lastly, he wields your pain as a weapon, ensuring it never truly heals because he wants you to reach the pinnacle of what you can become. Always remember to maintain your strength while allowing others to feel empowered. Firstly, note that some may appear to be helpful, but their intention might be to reshape you into their ideal version. The only thing you can truly do is stay mindful. It's normal to question your thoughts, but losing trust in others can lead you into dangerous territory. If someone seems intent on continuously fixing you, that's your cue to pause. Take a moment to think, observe, and assess whether this person is genuinely supportive or simply taking control. Consider this. When you unveil the layers of manipulation and understand the system at play, you're faced with a choice. Resist it or become part of it. This understanding can lead to the emergence of a new you. After dissecting a beast, ask yourself, what have you become? You've learned to decode its actions and dispel its illusions. Now, with those same tools, will you strive to thwart another's control? Or will you morph into a version of that very monster? Control is a powerful and intoxicating force. When you manipulate someone, receiving their respect, it can ignite a dangerous whisper within you. Am I also special? This whisper is the first breath of a new monster inside. You have the power to dictate perceptions now, where once you were a puppet, you've evolved into a puppeteer. This cycle is relentless. One monster breeds another. Remember, Johan Liebert isn't just the name of one individual. He symbolizes the pain within those who have endured oppression under the guise of control. Those who have suffered manipulation and have emerged from it can become the most formidable entities. Will your pain empower you, or will it spawn another monster inside you? Today, you've gained insight into the system. Your perspective has shifted. You're no longer a passive observer, you're the architect of the game. But with that newfound power, will you choose to heal, or will you wield control? If there's a broken version of yourself still lurking within, remember, you hold the choice between becoming a monster or dismantling the one that seeks to rise.